Hey, Al fans. Let me just say, first off, for those who are a little faint of heart, who don't want to hear the truth, just X out my video and skip it on the Weekly Al Report. Number two, I don't curse out of respect for my wife, and I have two sons who, they curse, but I don't want to do it on the videos, so it's going to be very hard for me to refrain from throwing the F word out, but I'm not. That's why I don't even do it on Uncensored, because my wife and children out of respect. But let me start off by saying it was a shit week. Last time I checked, that doesn't fit in the George Carlin's words. And even more importantly, my son William was right. That 8-0-2 record was a facade. Don't hit me with Bill Parcells, you are what your record is. We were outplayed in 6 of those 10 games. You remember Philly outshooting us by 20? You remember holding your breath against Columbus the last second, thinking we were going to get no points on the review? We stole 2. How about Ottawa? A 2-0 lead. We blew it. The only good game we played was against the Rangers. Yes, I'll give you that. And the only dominating game we had was against the Devils. And I was there. And by the way, it was great meeting all the uncensored people. Now, one may ask, why do you need to dominate? You don't. But let me ask you this. Where was the effort that we had last year when we beat the Rags 3 times in a row? Our best game of the year, we shut them out 3-0 at the Garden. We beat them 6-3 at the Garden. Halak had a shutout with 20 seconds left at the barn, 4-0. Where's that effort against the President's Club, President's Trophy winners? How about the finalists, Tampa Bay? My wife and I were there December 20th. We outshot them 48-19. We won 3-1. Where's that effort? We played the Stanley Cup champions at the barn in December, down 2-1. Oposo and Wisniewski scored. Where's that effort? Where's those effort? Oposo, 4-goal game. My wife was there. And with me. Where's that effort? Okay? Where are those efforts? And now, one of my favorite Godfather lines, I'm going to start naming names. Okay? And it starts with 91. He's our captain, right? 1 goal, 1 point in 8 games. Okay? Where is he like Taves? Okay? And Kane, putting the team on his back, or Ovi. Now, spare me, he doesn't have an elite winger. I'm no freaking dummy. I had seasons during the dynasty. I've watched 99% of every Isle game played in 43 years. Okay, I'm aware of that. Me, Daryl, and William were talking for 2 years about getting him a sniper. But let me ask you a question. Who was P.A. Parento? He made him a scorer. Who was Matt Molson, a 10-goal scorer? He made him a scorer. Okay? So the bottom line is, who was Brad Boyes? He was great with all those guys. Now he's got Lee and Oposo and Nelson. Where is he? He's playing shit. Number 2, name, Anders Lee, a $4.5 million investment. Where is he? No goals in 25? Come on! He's big enough where the puck could just bounce off his neck and go in. No goals in 25. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't add, last year, one of the keys of our success was puck possession, leading in the Causey Fenwick stats, and it started in the back end. Nick Leddy, no goals in 35 games. Johnny Boychuk, demoted to the second pairing for 2 reasons. Hamonic is better, and he deserves it. And I also think my son and I think Snow's playing it smart by putting Hammer on the first line. You could demand a Trouba, or you could go for a higher play by saying, hey, I'm giving up a first liner, first pair of defensemen. You better give me something back. That's twofold. But where are those guys? And finally, we're not getting much scoring from Kuhlman. No goals since October. I'll give him a slight pass because he's near and dear to my heart, because he got the last big goal in the history of the Barn, the winner against the Caps, and he plays the penalty kill. But he's got no goal since Halloween. So right now, we're getting zero. And think about this. Oposo leads the team in scoring, and he's a winger. Sorry, my neighbors are hearing this. A winger! Bossy didn't get more points than Trache. The center always gets the most points. Unfreaking real. To lay an egg, I'm listening to the Coyote announcers yesterday because I had to pick up my son Steven. Okay? And I watched the first period, and they're laughing at the Isles. They're going, oh, the offensively challenged Isles. Their captain, 1 point and 8. And with a minute left, I wrote, I was shaking like a leaf. Come on. My son Steven's trying to talk to me. The poor kid's in the military. And I said, Steve, give me a minute. The Isles are trying to score. And the Coyote announcers were laughing. They weren't even nervous because they knew the Isles wouldn't freaking score. They need a shakeup. I'm telling you this right now. This is not panic. And don't hit me with that 8-0-2. That's bullshit. That was a facade. And we're lucky. We are lucky that the Devils and Pitt keep on losing, because we are lucky we're not deep into wild card spot, because 5 of the positions are going to come out of the Atlantic. Okay? And we have to finish third, because the Rangers are better. Even though they're in a slump, they'll beat us out. So as far as I'm concerned, we are lucky that the Devs and Pitt keep on losing. Don't look too far behind. Philly's 5 or 6 points too. So we only have one game this week. Now let me just add one thing for the new ownership led by John Ledecky. If I could just add my own personal thing. As a season ticket holder to the Barn for 12 years, and I've gone for 40, something has to be done on 2 things. And this is not a knock on the arena, because I've been to 5 games at the Barclays, okay? I'm not knocking it. Number one, you got to try to bring back the Isle tradition of Saturday night hockey. One of the things you're not getting is that Long Island fan. I know you're reaching out to a new fan base, and there may not be Long Island fans in 10 years. It might be Brooklyn, Queens, New Jersey. But I'm an old Long Islander, and I want to keep that tradition going. I know we're co-tenants, but try to get some Saturday night games so the Long Island fan has an opportunity to go on the train with his kids, and they don't have to go to school, and they can go to a Saturday night game. Where's Saturday night hockey? Okay? Try to get that back on board. Juan could care less, probably, and I'm pleading to the owners, the new owners, to do this. Number 2, you have to fix the obstructed seats. I don't feel that we have a true dominating home ice like we did at the Barn. The Barn was rocking, okay? And even though our record shows that we've played decently at home, I've been to 5 games. I look up. I see empty seats forever. And by the way, you know who fills them? Ranger fans. Ranger fans. Because they're diehards. They go to all their games, okay? So, yeah, we'll sell out probably in the playoffs because people like me and William will spend $60 not to see. By the way, my son took a picture of what it looks like to sit there. I go, well, where's the rest of the picture? He goes, that's it. I go, wait a minute. I got to spend $60 to look at a freaking TV? A TV? Fix the damn stadium. Fix it. We play Anaheim Monday. It's the only game we play this week. They suck. We better walk away with 2. And I'm thinking of maybe bringing the captain, my son, not 91. maybe to go to the Toronto game, but I don't report on the game in the morning on what's going to happen at night next Sunday. I'm 50-50 on that. So until next week, a very charged up, fired up, and brutally honest Isle fan, as he always ends. Let's go Isles, and we'll talk next Sunday.